If you say Sonic 1 is your favorite Sonic game, then you're lying. It's okay, you can admit your mistakes and tell the truth. Sonic 1 is an unfulfilling mess that was decent at best for one zone before being a generic, slow platformer. It's surprised this game even got the success it had, likely because they got an actual good artist to create an appealing enough cover. Sonic 2 is the game that does the bare minimum of a sequel, not to mention the useless inclusion of a sidekick when you're going to play as Sonic anyways. The level design is better, but not by much, and the standard from the game prior was already in the drain, so in that regard it's not that remarkable. Not to mention it has Metropolis Zone, and we, yes we, all hate Metropolis Zone. Sonic CD is what happens when Sonic fans love settling for mid and defending it until the day they die. This game sucks in nearly every aspect, arguably being worse than the first game. Level design is a vertical mess that feels like they were made in a level maker, and includes another stupid side character nobody asked for. Why even add a woman to the series when you're not even gonna let her be playable? Not very woke of you, Sega. Sonic 3 barely escapes the bottom of the barrel, but is still more 2D classic slop. It's just better at hiding its fundamental flaws. Sonic & Knuckles is the second worst half of the package. You're honestly better playing only Sonic 3, you're not missing much with a game like this. Hypersonic is the most overhyped form. Sonic 3D Blast is the first good Sonic game, and it was made by Traveler Tales Games. For people who aren't in the know, yes, the LEGO guys. Anyways, this game is actually pretty good and mixes up the formula and dimension in an actually fun way. Collecting the birds and the special stages are more fun than doing any crazy skips people say will make the game more fun. The Saturn version clears the Genesis version, by the way. Knuckles' Chaotix is the only good 2D Sonic game. That's not a joke, by the way. This is my favorite 2D Sonic game, and it beats every other 2D game in a countrywide scale. I mean, I don't really have much to say about this one. It's just naturally better than Slop Worlds. Sonic Adventure, the big leap to what the fans call real 3D, and it falls on its face. Most fans only replay Sonic's levels because they know all the other ones suck, and they take up more than half of the game's entire content. Wow. What a perfect transition to 3D, am I right? It takes all the possible wrong lessons from 2D Sonic and makes this abomination that future games would base itself on in the future. One aspect being its more prominence in the story. Come on, Sega. We all know that Sonic should never have a story, because we gamers hate narratives and all that garbage in my platformers. Only Mario can have those. Sonic Adventure 2, an even worse game that somehow took a worse direction than the first. Introducing the most gay-looking edgelord this series has ever seen, with a melodramatic, uninteresting backstory, and the fans will beg you that it's actually cool. The gameplay feels worse, controls are more unreliable, the level design is worse, the story is so much worse, and for a swan song of the Dreamcast era, it's more like a wet fart if anything. Sonic Heroes, seemingly not taking the hint, decides to have 12 playable characters with more slippery, unreliable movement, confusing level design, horrifically terrible boss fights, and a story that really didn't have to exist. It seems like no matter what, Sonic just refuses to go back to what made him at least decent. And to anyone who uses speedrunning clips or says people can't accept that a game isn't for them as an excuse to say that Heroes isn't broken and it's a skill issue, well, first off, that not only damages discussion more than advancing it because it implies that you have to be better at a game to actually have fun with it, something a video game shouldn't have to do. It also implies that you can't take valid criticism of your sad childhood game, so you have to resort to cheap nothing points because you're so butthurt that people on the internet don't like your broken 2003 multi-platform mess. Also, you're a nerd. Shadow of 5 is the game that keeps on giving. While everything about it from the story to the tone is stupid, the gameplay is at least an improvement from Sonic Heroes. That's really all about it. It's still bad, but at least it's more bearable than the game before. Do I even have to say it? This game is an example of everything wrong in 3D Sonic, and you'll still see mentally ill loners coping that it had everything right. Unless you like stabbing yourself with nails, I don't think this is the game the industry deserves, and everyone defending it is a clear sign of mental insanity and needs to be checked. Sonic fans chowing down their slop like always. Sonic Unleashed, while finally stepping in quality, takes another direction the series never needed. Boost, what are you, dumbing it down for toddlers? God of War gameplay? Who thought this was a good idea? Not to mention the big focus on story, like they always do for no good reason. Sonic X was a mistake. Kill yourself. Don't tell Black Knight fans what's their favorite level, they haven't played the game to find that out. Sonic 4 Episode 1. Finally! We're back in familiar territory. This should have been the real Sonic adventure, and you won't hear that from other fans, because they like big 3-dimensional gameplay slop. Sonic Colors returns to the Unleashed game style, but downgraded for the Wii. It's still bad. Nobody asked for Wisp gimmicks. At least the story doesn't try as much. Would rather they cut cutscenes entirely though. Sonic Generations is only half decent, as it includes barely accurate Classic Sonic alongside Boost Sonic. Just get a 100% save file and play exclusively the classic stages. That's the best experience you're ever going to get with this game. And also it skips all the cutscenes, so there's that. Sonic 4 Episode 2 is immediately worse than its predecessor just for the fact that it includes Tails. Enough said. Sonic Lost World is actually a good step in the right direction? This game actually tries to evolve the 3D formula in a unique and interesting way? Is it perfect? God no, but it's better than nearly all the 3D slop that came before it. The level design feels wacky and like Mario Galaxy. The environments look wacky and like Mario Galaxy, and the villains look wacky and like Mario Galaxy. Better than those weird Eldritch hyper-realistic demons as villains, am I right? If they continue in Lost World's direction, then maybe they'll have a shot. They didn't, but I mean, let's be real, this is no different to Sonic Adventure but more polished. Sonic Frontiers, actually, never mind. The last time I even tried speaking about it on Twitter, someone called me a true. Sonic Dream Team, Sonic Superstars, mediocrity. Shadow Generations. It seems like Sega never learns their lesson as they revert to their old formula, but in an even worse game somehow. This version of the boost feels almost lobotomized in comparison. What were they cooking? Why did they show importance to the story again? Are they stupid? Are they gay? Do they want me to kill myself? This game just sucks, plain and simple. It always happens when the fans get what they want. They'll always accept slop. Give me more Sega, the company who does no wrong. Yeah, that's it. Wait, no, I could also talk about the homophobic Shadow Generations mod. This video already sucks enough.
Mega